loss of water, the excessive water of the plant can get water vapor and ultimately come out from the leaf of the plant or surface of the plant is called transpiration. Transpiration is nothing but the evaporation or exudation out of excess of water from the plant body or surface of the plant body as a vapor form, then we can call it as transpiration. So transpiration is three important types. One is stomatal transpiration, second one is lenticular transpiration, third one is cuticular transpiration. So transpiration is a process by which the excess of water will be exudated out from the surface of the body of plant. Then it will be divided into three types of transpiration. One is stomatal transpiration, another one is lenticular transpiration, third one is cuticular transpiration. So what is the stomatal transpiration? Then we see it in later in detail. Before that, lenticular transpiration. Lenticular transpiration means you know that every bark of plant, the stem particles are having some pore. The pores are the stem of particles of the high matured plants are having the high bark. The bark is completely covered and it's having lot of pores inside of the bark. The pores are looks like lens shaped. Hence we can say it is the lens shaped surface of stem is called lenticular. Through the lenticular, the water will be coming out as a exudation, as a vapor in a little form. Hence, we can say it is called a lenticular transpiration. It is one type of transpiration of general in plant. Another one is cuticular transpiration. So, most of the plants are living in xerophytic. You know that drought areas, desert area, we can see a lot of xerophytic plants are there. In order to avoid evaporation, in order to avoid excess of water loss through transpiration, they are all the leaf surfaces are completely covered by cutinized. Otherwise, we can get only 15 to 10% of loss of water through the cutinized transpiration. The cutinized is ultimately the leaf epidermis is covered by some lignified suberin, some other materials are covered. Hence, they are completely avoid the transpiration. Only little amount of water will be come out as a transpiration. Hence 5 to 10% loss of water is happening in the xerophytic plant. So such a transpiration is called a cuticular transpiration. Now we want to see about stomatal transpiration. In general, all the angiospermic plants, most of the lower leaf side of lower epidermis completely abundantly present lot of pores. That pores are called stomata. The excess of water mostly coming out from the plant atmosphere through stomata only. So now we can see what is the importance of stomata, what is the important function of stomata, and what is its structure. We can see one by one. Now just take the cross section of the leaves. Then we can identify lot of tissues, and in between the tissues there is some pores like structures are there. We can easily identify the stomata. So stomata looks like such a important tissue like structure. Outer there is a epidermal cell. As usual we can see in leaf epidermal cell. And then when it is stomatal pore means we can see lot of difference between other cells and the stomata. And in stomata is mainly made up of guard cells. There is two important bulged structure of guard cells are there. In and around of guard cell there is a subsidiary cells are there. So between this guard cell we can see there is a pore. It is called stomatal opening. And the guard cell is completely guarded by subsidiary cell or accessory cell. They are all completely govern and give protection to the guard cell. Okay. So how many stomata are abundantly present in our lower epidermis? We can easily calculate it 50 to 500 stomata per mm square. This is the ultimate accuracy calculation of the stomatal measurement. So here the guard we can take as a guard cell as a explanation. The guard cells are outer there is a convex, inner there is a concave like structure. So inner wall of guard cell is thicker than outer wall. The inner wall is nearby pore. The inner wall is highly thicker or thickened than the outer wall. So this is the basic structure of stomata. Suppose the water enter, suppose so how can we get the water inside of the leaf? Outer epidermis there, inner mesophil palisade parenchyma and palisade parenchyma, mesophil parenchyma cells are arranged. In between this lot of space is there. So the water will be taken from root to leaf for the purpose of photosynthesis. After the photosynthesis process is over, then highly excessive water will come out. Before that, it will reach the guard cell. Adjacent cells, water will come and reach the guard cell. So guard cell absorb the water. What happened? The water enter into the guard cell, it swell. Automatically, here there is a lot of starch is there, glucose is there, hence it absorbs the water. So, after observation, what will happen? The inner wall and the outer wall, both of them will affect. The water enter into the guard cell, it swell, unevenly thickened wall stretches. Unevenly thickened wall. Unevenly thickened wall means here thickened wall, here thin wall. So, there is a unevenly thickened wall will just pulled away and the stomata will open. The concave non-elastic inner wall pulled away. The non-elastic inner wall pulled away. And the stretching of convex, elastic natured outer wall will go certain distance. Then we can get pore. Such a way, the opening of stomata, then transpiration will continue. The process of outing the excess water will come out as a operation and it will be joined in the atmosphere. That's all.